Pwede pa nakilaw. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, let's analyze plastics and polymers here. Actually, the word plastic does not mean polymer. We have redefined the meaning of plastic. During the second half of the 20th century. If you look at the dictionary, the meaning of plastic is plastic means. Word plastic means something that can be something whose shape can be modified by applying heat or force. So, because you can take polyethylene, when you buy a polyethylene from industry, it's sold in the form of pellets. Para siyang bala ng paintball, ng airsoft. And then it is heated until it melts and then molded to whatever product you want to make out of it. Yeah, exactly. Canoes, yung mga kayaks, plastic kayaks are made of polypropylene or polyethylene. Because they're very resilient, they're slippery, so they're perfect for the application. So you have a mold for a boat or kayak, and then you melt the plastic pellets, and then inject using, machines do this. Inject them into the mold. When it cools, you have a hardened plastic in the shape of a boat. In this example, we're looking at a stove wood. This is most likely made from the original stove woods were made of wood, but this is the more common ones now are wood that is reinforced with some kind of polymer, most likely polyester. Of course, sunglasses are almost exclusively made from plastic materials nowadays. You don't make lenses out of glass anymore because one, glass is heavy, so this is no longer called eyeglass, sunglass. It's called sunplastic. Okay, sunplastic. Alright. Gloves are made of polyester or nylon. Nylon is another type of polymer. The jacket or the sweater is most likely not wool. It's most likely made of nylon or polyester. Nylon, if you are not familiar with nylon, check your stockings. Usually, hindi mo masyado uso ngayon, but stockings, nylon stockings. Of course, the shoes, this guy must be wearing some kind of rubber shoes, I would imagine, rubber boots. Most likely made of nylon and rubber. That rubber may be synthetic or natural. Rubber is also a polymer. So polymers are not exclusively man-made. There are lots and lots of naturally occurring polymers. Let's look at those. Oh, by the way, one of the most famous polymers made famous by Spider-Man. This is yung tawag. Oh yeah, web. But no, it's not a web until it becomes a web. Huh? When it comes out of this whatever. No, I don't know. Kasi magiging web lang siya kapag naka-move na. Okay. What happened to the new Spider-Man? How come his thing is no longer natural? Nilagyan na niya ng parang machine. Oh. I don't like it. Why is plastic so important? What happens to recycled plastics and polymers? Are there downsides to recycling? Okay, the first question is, why do we have to recycle? And what do you mean by recycling? Recycling, the most common interpretation of the word recycling is you use it now, you don't want it anymore, you put it somewhere, and then maybe someday you use it again for some other purpose. For example, Plastic bag, the most commonly recycled material. You go to a supermarket, you're given plastic bags, and then in the groceries, you go home, you unload, and then you have an empty plastic bag. Most wives would keep would have a box under the sink full of. Oh, my wife has that. It's a big box full of plastic bags. And then you need to wrap something. You go there, and then so that's recycling. The problem with that kind of recycling is you're not really solving the bigger problem, because eventually that plastic bag will not be fit anymore for more recycling. It's a limited, there's a cycle limit. You know, whether for the rest of your life you will be recycling one piece of plastic for every application. Yeah, exactly. I think so I can see. Okay, that's a good point. Plastic bags. Now, because of this, the word plastic, many plastics can be softened by melting and then remolded. For example, a piece of plastic bag can, if you heat it, it will melt without decomposing. The chemical composition is the same, except that now it's in liquid form. So a collection of plastic bags can be molded to make, let's say, another plastic material. Think about it, something like headband or glass frames. No, your bag is not plastic. Hangers. Planggana. Basic. I've seen plastic cabinets with drawers. But the problem with the recycling is that it's like a photocopy. You can never recycle with 100% reproducibility. In other words, the quality of the recycled product, usually, the kind of technology that we're using now, is lower quality than the original. That's the problem. That's why the cheaper hangers, which break easily, are those that are made from recycled materials. Because, for example, polyethylene is white. Pure polyethylene is white. When you make something, when you add a colorant, something that will give it another color, that's already an impurity. When you recycle it, very expensive to remove that impurity, so they don't remove that impurity anymore. They just leave it there. These impurities will reduce the overall quality, the strength, all those desirable physical properties of the material. But of course, we humans, we do not like one color only. And these plastics would have been easier to recycle if they are kept in pure form. White, polyethylene, but yeah, unfortunately, we cannot agree on it. Color is one of those things that humans appreciate, that complicates matters. You can dissolve, this one thing, this used to be popular about 10 years ago, among high school science project presenters. Maybe you're one of them. They used to make floor wax from plastic bags. It's how they do it. They buy floor wax, and then add some kerosene. It's okay because the solvent in wax is kerosene anyway. And wax is made from chemically related to substance chemically related to polyethylene. Anyway, so it's very logical that polyethylene plastic bags can be made into floor wax. So you cut the plastic bag into small pieces, and then drop them into the can, and then heat until they melt together. Then halo, and then I'm thinking. Yeah, but my problem with the waxing floors, every time you wax the floor, you are introducing small amounts of polyethylene into the environment. And then you walk, and the wax is removed, and then you wax again, and for the rest of the night. So where does this go? Where does this, all these molecules, where do they go? No, of course not. You cannot destroy matter. You can only transform matter. Sarap po tayo wax. That's why hindi na uso ngayon yung Clorox eh. Yeah, napunta sa takong ng sapatos or sweat. You know, they just become part of the dust community. Okay? Alright, so that's the thing with recycling. I'm still hoping that eventually we will find materials that bacteria can eat, can metabolize, can biodegrade properly. But there's a dilemma with that statement. What's the problem with that, with what I just said? Who wants plastic bag that rots? Right? Who wants a food packaging material that rots? Like I have a graduate student who just got her master's degree last week. Her thesis was this. She wanted to make packaging material from starch. Starch, you know what starch is. So we made sheets out of modified starch. Basically, we combined material from seaweeds, starch-like materials from seaweeds, and regular starch combined and then extruded into sheets. Look like very nice, like plastic sheets. Then we measured its property to block oxygen, to block water. So when you wrap something with it, because what causes rotting or food spoilage is the exposure of the food to oxygen, to water, to humidity, to heat. That's why the modern packaging now is by the use of vacuum packaging. You put something in a plastic bag that's airtight, watertight, and then you suck all the air out of it using a vacuum pump, and then you seal. So you have a vacuum pack. Let's say our famous tuyo, daing, is being exported in vacuum packed bags. Why? Because you want it vacuum packed. You don't want tuyo to be. You don't want people to smell tuyo while it's displayed on. If you bring tuyo, for example, to a Western supermarket in Europe or US, for example, it must be totally odor free. Okay? Otherwise, people won't get it. So it's a cultural thing. They don't. To them, it's very objectionable, the smell of that's why it's more fun to do. Okay. All right. So when we're discussing this, think about the issue with recycling. Problems and the advantages. What's good about it? What is what are the problems associated? A lot of people are making a lot of money by recycling anyway, so it's a good thing to think about because you might be involved in that business. Get out of here. Okay, these are two bottles. That's a plastic sheet. That's a symbol that says recyclable. Number 4 is a universal label for polyethylene. LDPE stands for low density polyethylene. It's the ethylene that floats on water. LDPE. Anywhere on earth, LDPE is labeled as number 4 in the recycling language. And so, in fact, you have something that's made of plastic. Look at the bottom, say, of water. Can you check the bottom of your plastic bottle? There is a triangle there with a number in the middle. It's probably number 5. 1. Okay. 1 is for polyethylene terephthalate. Sorry, you don't have to remember that. Just remember PET. PET is another polymer which is made into water bottles, soft drink bottles. Mainly for liquid, for